Good afternoon, good morning, good evening, everyone. It is the 3rd of May, 2021, taking a look at Ethereum. Now, if you read my article from last Friday on Ethereum, I wrote that. I'll just read it verbatim here quick. Ethereum has made some nice run-ups over the last week. I guess not verbatim, I'll summarize. We should be looking for a top coming in between 3,300 and 3,400, likely a stopping point. There's a bunch of Fibonacci extensions that point into that zone. Additionally, there's some bearish divergence that exists between the RSI and the composite index on the weekly chart, which is really a big warning that a bearish move could be imminent. Additionally, this next week that we've started is the 7th week in this current leg higher. This is part of Gann's 49-day death cycle, so it's a very natural, normal spot for us to see prices facing some pressure and facing some likely weakness. Doesn't mean we're going to get a broad trend change, probably just a corrective move. And if it is a corrective move, I would anticipate us testing down to, excuse me, that $2,200 value area. Now, those extensions I was talking about, if we go from this swing here, let me get rid of the volume there. But if we do the COVID low, and we match it up with our swing high and swing low in here. Remember that this is an okay way to do this because there are dailies in there. That brings us up to the 1414. All right. If we do the same thing, where we go boom, boom, oops, backwards. Bam, bam, and bam. There's a 786 extension, the 1414. I would imagine, oh, no, we won't do that one. But there's a chunk of them up here, and my article from last week writes about that. That bearish divergence I was looking at is right over here, so you can see that we have in the RSI, we have this high followed by a lower high, but the composite index, we have a high followed by a slightly to flat higher high. That is regular bearish divergence. And there's the divergence now exists between the RSI and price action as well. But there's really some prolonged divergence that existed. We've had a series of higher highs on the weekly chart in Ethereum. And divergences, by the way, they're not a guarantee of anything. They're just a warning sign that things are a little out of sorts. Also, divergences at extremes, while they seem like they would be great trade opportunities, they're often not always good at trade opportunities. What they are good times to pause and wait, because things that are trading at extremes, that have been trading in extremes for a while, tend to stay doing that for a while. So there is some short-term pressure here that I see coming for Ethereum. Looking at the daily chart, we're getting, this is a really, I always like to see this on the daily chart, especially with my oscillators. And let me just delete those. But I really like to see on all three this kind of mirror image of one another, this shared peaks and shared troughs. These are at an extreme. And the Ethereum is now technically overbought. When something is in a bull trend, the overbought level is not 70. When something is in a bullish trend, the overbought levels are 80 and 90. This is overbought. It is up against some Fibonacci extensions. We do see extremes being found across the board on our oscillators. And in fact, I think for the composite index, I mean, we're on the daily chart, the reading here is pretty high. What is the high back there? Yesterday was, oh, it's all right. We can scroll back and see there's not been a ton of times we've seen it tag this level very often. Yeah, it's not very often it hits that. So just be aware of that, and be aware that there's some likely weakness. I wrote, I think I mentioned it, but the $2,200 value area seems to be a good zone that we would see it retrace to if we're going to see a corrective move. That's a pretty good zone. That's the top of the cloud, near the top of the cloud here on the daily chart. And then on the weekly chart, the $2,200 value area is kind of close, kind of in between where the Tankinson and the Kitchen Center are at. But There's also some shared Fibonacci support levels around 2200 as well. So I mean, I don't know if I'd actively want to short this guy right now, but I certainly don't want to add to it. I would be willing to add or look to go long if it pulls back a little bit. But in the meantime, again, short-term pressure up ahead. Thank you all for watching. We're always here at Exchange Rates UK TV. Don't forget to like and subscribe.